Hello, 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 my loves, and this is Jawan with EQ with Jah. So, I know you guys hear me talk a lot about the ego in the soul, the ego in the soul, and I wanted to make something very, very clear. The soul is not innocent, okay? The soul is not the part of us that's spiritual. The soul is just deep. The spiritual part comes from the soul listening to its inner self, which is its emotional body, which takes it to the ether realm, to the 5D, to the spiritual realm, to say, aha, the soul gets the information first, and then it instant instinct or the aha moments or whatever, bam, implants it into the brain of the ego, which is the flesh. Now, I want people to remember the reason that addictions are addictions is because we allowed the soul to take over completely. I want this to be very clear. The ego and the soul have to be in balance with each other for journey to work. The ego is the body representation of the phallic, which is the masculine energy, not biological parts of penis and vagina. We all, as human beings, represent the masculine energy, and the soul within us represents the feminine energy, which is the space of creativity and the unknown realms of the ethers, the womb, and under the ground when we plant a seed and then it grows. This is why we have to understand just as much as the earth can do damage to ourselves and we can do damage to ourselves, we're just nature. That is nature. Nature knows it's going to kill things and birth things. That's the law of duality. Nature doesn't get attached to life or death. Nature's like, I can create more. I'm not worried about the death of stuff or the birth of stuff because I can create more. That is the soul. That is our intuition. That is our gut. And that's how we start listening to the body. Now, when we get caught up and we live for the ego only, that's when the soul gets depressed and starts giving us anxiety. It starts creating scenarios in our head that don't exist and feeding us emotions that don't belong to us, but tries to remind us of situations that we've been in similar to this, close to the past. So we start thinking that, oh, my life is worthless. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. No, that's just the soul creating the energies that it wants you to remember that you're a divine being, a divine creator. Through quantum creation, all exists. Now, if we get caught up in the 3D world of the ego, which is my body and your dad's body made you, so you belong to us, the flesh, the vessel. That's like saying that every single car, because it was manufactured in the same building, still belongs to the original manufacturer. No, they're the original manufacturer, but it no longer belongs to them. They gave it away. It is now your body. You made it your body. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we have to know how to distinguish when to balance the two. Live for the pleasures and the leisures of the ego and the body, which is what it wants, which is why we work so hard to relax. And then also live for the purposefulness of the soul, which is its journey on this earth, this energetic field of what the fuck is this, but we're all existing in it. So how do we work through it and survive in it and build from it and create through it? So then when you're able to take your functionality, which is your moving, working body, and use its natural alpha energy to break new ground, then you insert yourself into a place of understanding your feminine energy, which is the creation that other people love to listen to, watch, read, interact with. This is why entertainment and the modalities of the humanities are so important. So then when we get to this level, it doesn't mean that a celebrity is better than you or higher than you because they reached the platform of being their truest form of an empath, which is being authentic. It just means they were authentic and saw that there was too many sheeple and they didn't have to stand there. But then even celebrities get to that level of what next? If the whole world is kissing your butt and has no expectations of you beyond entertainment, then they lose track of who they are because now their flesh has sufficed, but their soul is still sad because the soul wants something. If you see it shaking, it's the cat. He's insisting on roaming around. Say hi, Mochi. Stomping around like you heavy. um, if and then the soul, it gets lost in the pleasantries of the 3D world, and it's like, this is not what I care about. I don't care about a car, a big house, or none of this. I care about love. I care about structure. I care about balance. I care about a homeostasis inside of myself, inside of my mind, but also on my outside environment, as above, so below. Then the soul sees that there's a purpose bigger than itself, and it says, ah, I'm supposed to teach this to the world. I'm supposed to give this back. This is when you walk into your spiritual journey, which is saying it's not about your ego or your flesh, love. Your ego and your flesh is only a tangible vessel to get you to what the physical mountaintop higher. But the ether mountaintop and the dimensional mountaintop of spirit, that's higher than anything that we can ever reach, which is why I love inspiration and I love love and I love the things that can take you and you're just drowning in that water of emotions and something just plucks you out, drops you right on the dry surface, don't tell you where you're at, you just cough. Oh my God, I was drowning. I didn't even know I was drowning. I was just going down deeper. You were dying. You were dying within the old soul paths, old soul journeys. That's why depression is hard. And when people come out of it, either they come out of it and like, I figured it out, or they go deeper into it and they take their lives. This is the simple explanation to it. It's because I've never taken the time to do my soul journeys, and the ego doesn't know what to do with it because the body's like, this is my first time on this earth. What? I've been here 35 years. This is my first time. I don't really know, but my soul, which is incarnated in this body, knows. So that's why you could come out and invent things and do things, and things are so intuitive to your sense of being. So remember, the soul is not innocent. When we get drunk and high and stuff, that's the soul saying, finally, I can relax, because this freaking ego, this body that I'm in, oh my God, they're crazy and controlling. They actually think they can control me. Let me get a little drunk and run around naked and maybe get arrested. Who fucking knows? Let me remind them that they're in control of nothing. But they don't. And then when we let the body drown itself into more addiction, then the soul, it forgets all about the path of living or teaching. All it's like is dilute it, drown me in it. I don't want to know either. You don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Let's numb ourselves. Let's do it. At the end of the day, you shut the hell up and I get to do what I want anyways, which is nothing. I mean, when you're high or drunk, you're doing nothing. There's some people that can say, I can do this and this and this. That's true. That's called shamanism. When you're able to transmute the drug into something that makes you productive. At the end of the day, I'm not teaching anything to anyone new who's not already doing this. There's people out there right next to you right now who fully function high as hell, at home, at work, interacting with their children, and you would never know. You would never know. Popping pills and everything else. That's the point. That is a level of shamanism. I've learned how to function in this 3D world and still interact. What happens when it becomes addiction past shamanism is believing that the drug is the only way to reach source and listen to yourself. And then you get lost in translation again, and then that's all lost on itself again. So this is the trifecta. At the end of the day, the most grounding part you have to remember is when we say, again, twin flame and soulmate, they're the exact same thing, because your body, is the twin flame flesh. The soul is the soul. So if you can be the twin flame, which is everything in my life that doesn't feel right, it brings resistance, then it's not meant for your soul, because your soul does polarity work at all times. Your soul's like, no, that ain't for me. I ain't never cared about that. Why are you forcing us to do this? We don't like this. And the body's like, no, we have to for appeasing this. And the soul's like, but we don't like this. All right, fine. I'm gonna make you feel miserable. And then the soul finds a way to make you feel guilt and miserable. So they have to be friends. This is where, again, the distorted masculine or distorted feminine came from, because the distorted feminine of our emotion was, our feminine was like, you're not listening to me anyway, so I'm going to do what I want and just lie and manipulate to get what I want. And the distorted masculine is like, you're not listening anyway, so I'm just going to go out and take what I want. This is why the body is like, I can eat and drink whatever. Yes, you control the body, but you don't control the soul. The soul's like, well, I can create whatever scenario I want. And it's like, yes, but then you create mental prisons. How about you love yourself enough to work together enough to see that you heal better together, which then connects the two halves of your brain, which then opens up the scientific side of allowing you to be autodidactic and think from both sides of your brain at all times, which opens up all channels of your body, which is a mirror of each other. Your body should be completely balanced. If you got an ache on one side and not the other, that means that you're not doing something on the side of the body that needs to be balanced. There should always be symmetry in your body. So when you're stretching, you should feel equal stretch. If you stretch and one side has pain, that means that side needs to be worked on, or the other side needs to be worked on, because the other side is doing too much work and overcompensating, which means the other one is weaker and does nothing, and you over coddle it. This is what we do to our emotions. I have no problem giving these toolboxes to people, because I want us to know this journey does not have to be done alone. It can be done together. But we need more than just singular tools. We need toolboxes, whole package deals of, here, You go do all this work on you and then come back to me, and then we can marry the two to match the outside reality of what you want to exist with inside of you and on the outside of you. But we first have to know that we who we are, the things that our parents named, that is just, it's just a pretty wrapping. Don't let it get caught up in the scenario of the delusion and confusion of the soul's work it needs to do. Because when you pass through this body, the soul regurgitates itself into another body. That's just how it goes. If you believe in any type of religion or Christianity, reincarnation, that's basically what it is. Once this body dies, the soul is going to go on to the next body until its journey is fulfilled. Until it is aware enough to know that even as a soul, you're still not above spirit. Spirit has a bigger picture that helps us all as a collective, which is the electricity that makes the collective conscious tick. All right. So work on yourselves. Do the self-love, do the self-care, really focus on what makes you happy. You first have to decide who you are without the imprinting of the 3D world as the ego. And then once you're authentically you, then you go into your soul path work, which is the humanity, singing, writing, teaching, loving, building, creating. And then when you do it, you figure out why are you creating it? Who is it going to serve? If it only serves you, then it's only going to die and fizzle out. If it serves a bigger purpose, then it will grow and expand, because the collective always is drawn to what helps the collective. This is how business, life, and everything else works. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you for watching. Besos. Find the balance in you, and you will find the balance in your life. Mwah.